First things first, today we're going to be making some cheeky donut, not that kind of nuts. We're going to be making some assorted donuts today, so I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. We're going to be doing cinnamon donuts, little tiny cheeky balls. We're also going to do some iced donuts. I'm going to fill them with some jam, some custard. We're going to be making that again as well. And what else are we going to do? Maybe a few little cheeky sprinkles to finish it on top. And I think that's about it. But hope you guys are going to enjoy this episode this week. First things first, we're going to be making those beautiful donut mix. So we want to get some milk, and we want about 300 ml or 1.2 cups, and we're going to want to heat this through very gently. You don't want to get this too hot. You get this too hot, you end up killing the yeast. So about 35 Celsius or 95 Fahrenheit is good. So we're going to start putting this onto a low, wrong one. We're going to start putting this onto a low heat, just to start gently warming up while we weigh out the rest of the ingredients. Also, in addition, we're going to need 4 tablespoons of sugar, and we may as well pop that straight into the milk to help dissolve as it warms up. So we're going to need 450 grams or 2 cups of plain sifted flour. Perfect, so we don't want it any hotter than that. And we want ourselves 2 tablespoons of dried active yeast. And then just give that a nice little cheeky mix. Give it a stir so it dissolves nicely. So once this is all dissolved through, we're going to stick this onto a low speed. Don't put it on high or it will go flying everywhere. And then we're just going to pour that mix straight in. So just going to whack up the speed a little bit and just going to let this incorporate together into a nice beautiful dough. So in addition, we're going to need 2 cheeky eggs. Let's get them those cheeky bad boys and pour the mix straight in. Once the dough has been beaten for about 5 minutes and it's formed nicely, we're going to start adding the unsalted butter. So we've got 100 grams of cubed soft butter, or 7 tablespoons. I'm going to pop that in little by little. Just very careful. Whoops. Just so it incorporates nicely into the dough. Ooh, and also one more thing. Don't forget a little cheeky pinch of salt in there as well, just for a little bit of seasoning. So that should bound together really, really nicely now. So we're going to get a little touch of flour, not too much on the table. I'm just going to get this out and shape it. Look at that. Beautiful. So we're just tucking in the sides, pulling it together. Look at that little gem right there. Boop. Beautiful. So using a very lightly greased bowl, what we're going to do is pop in that beautiful dough straight in. I'm going to let this proof until it's pretty much doubled in size. We're going to let that proof. We're going to cover it either with cling film, or if you've got a tea towel or something like that, that'd be fantastic. Just dust a little. So while the dough is proven, we're going to make the strawberry jam and obviously the custard or the creme pat. Now you've seen me do this many times before, but I'm going to just briefly go over it with you very, very quickly. So for the jam, we've got 455 grams of strawberries or 1 pound. We've got half a cup of sugar, 104 grams or 2 tablespoons of lemon juice as well. So we're going to put this onto a medium-high heat, cooking it down for 20-30 minutes, maybe for a little bit longer, to the right consistency. So we're going to get the creme pat on, and we're going to put it onto a medium heat for the milk, the sugar, and the vanilla extract. For the vanilla extract, we just need 2 teaspoons, 80 grams of sugar or 7 tablespoons, and 500 ml of milk or 2 cups of milk. So be careful that milk doesn't froth up. Keep an eye on it while you weigh out the rest of the ingredients. Okay guys, what exactly are we doing next? Oh yeah, of course, the egg yolks. So we need 6 egg yolks, separating the whites from the yolks, obviously. So in addition, we're going to need 4 teaspoons of flour or 20 grams. And also 4 teaspoons of cornstarch or 20 grams of cornstarch. So give it a little quick whisk to make it into a nice beautiful paste. Well, I kind of say paste, but, you know, somewhere along those lines. Much better. So once the milk is up to a simmer, we're going to add the milk little by little into the paste, just to stop it forming lumps. So once that's incorporated, what we're going to do is actually pour this back straight into the pan. And we're going to put this back onto a medium heat, just whisking continuously until it's into the right consistency and the eggs have actually cooked out nicely. So as you can see, it's at the right consistency. Absolutely fantastic. But we're going to leave it on for about a minute or 2 longer, just to make sure those eggs are fully cooked out, so you get rid of that eggy taste. So we're going to put it into a tray lined with parchment, and we're going to put cling film over the top to stop it forming a skin. After that, we're going to give that a nice little cheeky blend till it's nice and smooth, and then pop it into a piping bag ready to rock and roll. So that jam is looking fantastic. So that's ready to come off and cool down. So there's the jam. And also once it's kind of cool down a little bit, we're going to blend that up into a nice little puree. So as we've got 5 minutes to spare, I'm just going to make a little bit of cinnamon sugar. So we've got about roughly 50-60 grams of sugar, or a couple of tablespoons of sugar with 1 tablespoon of ground cinnamon. I'm just going to give that a nice little mix, ready to go. So chef, is the dough ready yet? No, we've got to be super patient, so going to be a bit longer, guys. How about now, chef? No, not yet. And what about now, chef? No, still not ready. Is it ready yet? For the last time, it's... Oh, wait. Yeah, it is ready. So, what we're going to do, as you can see, it's pretty much definitely doubled in size. So we're just going to very gently take the cling film off so it doesn't stick. So, very gently. If you try and snag and pull it, you're going to pull the dough. So just make sure it comes off nice and clean. Beautiful. So we're just going to lightly dust the work surface with some flour. And then just very gently. And it should just come out very nicely. Beautiful. So what we want to do is make sure we knock all that beautiful air out of it. So what we're going to do is just carefully roll this out into a nice little rectangular shape. Or shall I say, little cheeky pillow. And you're looking for roughly about a centimeter thickness, because we're going to let these bad boys prove once more. You want to get a 5 or 6 inch cutter, dip it in flour beforehand, and just cut these little bad boys out. Dip them in the flour, and then you want to take those little holes out, and you should have a nice, perfect, cheeky donut ring. And then these, using your thumb and hand, into nice little cheeky balls. So once we've done that, we're going to pop these onto a tray lined with parchment. So they're ready to go. We're going to let them proof for a little touch longer while we wait for the oil to heat up once we get that on. And obviously not forgetting about the other dough as well. So we're going to do some nice whole round ones without the holes in them, so we can fill them very nicely. Or if you do not care, then you can always do the cheeky rings again if you want to. It's entirely up to you. Oh, I get it, chef. Don't care. So there's the other donuts we're going to fill. We're going to cling film these as well. Put a little dust in the flour on there very, very lightly and let them prove as well. So the donuts have doubled in size beautifully. And we got the oil on for about 360 Fahrenheit or 205 Celsius. So we're going to carefully drop these in now. Holy moly. Look at those. Look at those little cheeky bad boys. Goodness me. So we're going to cook these for about 5 to 7 minutes each side. Nice and gently. Till you got that nice dark color. Look at those. Beautiful. Nice and golden. Ready to go. And then carefully drop in those big ones as well that we're going to fill. Very, very gently. So there they are. Absolutely delightful. Very, very good. So as these are kind of cooling down, we're going to toss the little balls into some cinnamon sugar just to give them a nice little coat. We're not going to fill these, but if you want to fill these, you can do, by all means. So, fantastic. Absolutely delightful. So just carefully pop them back onto there. So while these are cooling down, we're going to make 2 glazes. So we're going to make a nice little pink glaze and also a chocolate glaze. Also our fillings for our strawberry jam puree and also our custard or creme pat is already ready to go in a piping bag. So for the chocolate glaze, we're going to need 150 grams of confection sugar or powdered sugar or 1.5 cups. Also, we're going to need 30 grams of cocoa powder or 4 tablespoons. What? Or in my case, 20 grams or 3 tablespoons. In addition, we want 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract for that little cheeky bit of flavor. Also, we're going to need 1 or 2 tablespoons of milk. Chef, that's a little bit more than 1 and 2 tablespoons. It's okay. And what you want to do is just mix it really well, just until you get the nice consistency. If you need to add a little touch more milk, that's absolutely fine. So we don't want it too thick, and also we don't want it too thin as well. So just making sure you get to that nice kind of glazy consistency. So before this sets on you, what you want to do is just drop your donut in there. very carefully, and then just drip off that excess. Absolutely fantastic. And there you go. Look at that. Beautiful. So before it sets, it's always super important as well. Make sure you add your sprinkles to go on top. Fantastic. Now to show you the strawberry glaze as well, what we're going to need is about 150 grams or 1.5 cups. We're getting there. We're learning of powdered sugar. Also, we want 1 small teaspoon of that beautiful jam puree in there. And also, if it's not red enough when you're finished with it, you can also add a little gel red dye to it as well. So we want 1 or 2 tablespoons of milk, not as much as I've got here. And then we're going to give it a mix. So ours isn't very pink, so we're going to add a little touch of red gel dye to it. And if you're going to ask me how much do you put in, Chef, very small amount. Well, as you can see. Recommend using the spoon next time, not your fingers. So what we're going to do, exactly the same again. Just drop it in there. And then just very carefully, just let it drip out. And then we've got ourselves a nicely glazed donut. And obviously before it sets, I'm going to put a few little cheeky sprinkles on there as well. So repeat the process for the rest of the glazes, and then we'll get on to the filling. So when it comes to filling the donuts, what we want to do is very carefully pop a knife in one end, and you just want to swivel it about, almost making pretty much, the best way to describe it is to making a nice large pocket on the inside so we can fill it. So making sure you get plenty of room in there. Fantastic. And then what you want to do is grab one of your fillings, so we've got the custard, and then just gently squeeze to fill up that little cheeky bad boy. Look at that, just oozing out. And there we go, absolutely delicious. Now if you want to glaze these as well, you can do if you want to. So I'm just going to play it up a little touch here. I'm not going to go too crazy. Well, I say that and it never happens, does it? So there it is, amigos, our delicious assortment of donuts. So we've got the cinnamon balls, we also got the iced ring donuts, and also the ones behind, which you can't quite see, it's all tucked up behind there, is the filled donuts with either the jam or the custard, or maybe a bit of both, who knows, you know, whatever you fancy. So if you're looking for some good donuts, these nuts are the best ones you want to be looking for. Now, did you really think I would disappear without pulling one apart for you guys and gals? Let's have a look. Crunchy, delicious. Oh my goodness me. Look at that. Oh, can you hear the crunch, guys? Oh my goodness me. Beautiful. And also, let's cut one of the filled ones in half just for a little cheeky look, shall we? Goodness me, look at that. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely beautiful. So that's it for this week's episode, amigos. I hope you enjoyed the donuts. Absolutely delightful. Feel free to go try these at home if you want to. Also, feel free as well, if you want to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Absolutely beautiful. I appreciate it. If not, that's okay. No problem. Also, if you want to catch me, I'm going to be on Twitch live cooking some very delightful dishes this week. Tuesday to Friday, 10 a.m. Mountain Time. The description is in the... Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. The link is in the description box below, so feel free to go check that out. But until next week, amigos, stay cheeky.